another sign that I can't even take a picture of because it's in the middle of the freeway. All right, we are 8 minutes away from the rest area. Yay, Rhode Island. I've not been here in 25 freaking years. And it's weird because I'm only 21 years old. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so old. Okay, yes, let's go to the rest area. It's going to be a fun day in Newport tomorrow. All right, home sweet home for the night is the Tourist Info Center. I don't know where I am exactly in Rhode Island, but this is trucks and campers, cars and buses. And there are no restrictions on sleeping in your vehicle overnight in Rhode Island. Just watch out for speed bumps coming up. And this is great. Okay, and bikeway, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's tons and tons and tons of paved mountain bike and cycling trails. So you can definitely, okay, anyway, this is the Blackstone River State Park Visitor Center. And there's one van lifer. They took their bike off. And I'm gonna park as far away from the trucks as possible. And yeah, one van lifer. And that's it. Actually, you know what? It's funny. That wheelbase is, I think, a 146. Mine's a 146. I think that's a 144. So even though they get a little bit extra room in the back, they're really not that much bigger. They're a little bit wider. You can sleep, I think, 6 foot across in that. That's a Dodge, I think. But anyway, so yeah, they're not actually that much bigger than me. But I have, you know, more aerodynamics because I have a truck front. So anyway, okay. Overnight parking, let's see what it says. Well, it says no overnight parking, but this is open 24 hours. So I'm just gonna park right next to another van. If they're gonna tow them, they're gonna tow me. Everybody's sleeping. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna stay up for a little bit. I'm gonna get up at 5, but it should be fine. I don't think anyone cares. Rhode Island allows you to sleep in your vehicle. So why would they not do overnight parking? Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm kind of like feeling like I shouldn't be at this rest area. The other one's 30 minutes away. That'll put me in at 10:30 p.m. So I'm thinking of going to the other rest area. On Google Earth, it doesn't look like there's any no parking overnight signs. This is a state park. And although there's a truck area that's for sleeping, and there's probably about 20 cars and 3 vans, including myself. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's bothering me because the van over there has their max fan installed backwards. So it's like this way instead of that way. I don't know. So I was thinking maybe I can park with the trucks because it says campers and trucks. But I don't know. It's loud over there. They have their trucks are idling. I might be okay here. I mean, it looks like people sleep here a lot. So, I mean, if there's 20 cars, they're not going to tow everybody. It's just really weird. It's like, I think because it's a state park, it's not going to let you park overnight. I think that's what it is. But the other one is 30 minutes away, which only puts me 30 minutes away from Newport. And I'm thinking that might be a better one. But then if I get there and it's not a better one, so I don't know. I mean, I'm going to get up at 5, so I'm only going to sleep for a few hours. So I'll stay up for a little bit longer. It's already almost 10 o'clock. So I'll stay up for about 30 more minutes, which I could just drive to the other one. It should be okay. If anything, I could park with the trucks. But I don't know. I mean, why would they not let you sleep? So, but this is a state park, and that's the only thing that's concerning, is I don't want to sleep somewhere that I'm not, that it says you're not allowed to sleep, but all these people are. But then if 50 million people say it's okay, doesn't mean it's okay. So I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna move on to the other one, just because I need to be a good van lifer. And even though there's other van lifers here, I don't know. Because when I was in Vermont and it said it closed from dusk till dawn, I called the non-emergency police and they said, yeah, like it's fine. Like if you look on the, you know, like whatever, one of the videos I was in, it was fine for me to stay. So I don't know what to do. I'm wasting time, but it's already going to be 10 o'clock. So I think if I go to the other one, it's just a very like small roadside. And I think this one should be fine. I parked next to this guy, so you can see. He's gonna be so mad. He's gonna post on Van Life page on Facebook like, oh no, they parked within 3,000 feet of my van. So, well, I parked next to him, so I look like I'm his friend. I could park next to the other one, but anyway, okay. Well, everyone's doing it, so there's no one to call right now. And if I call the non-emergency line and they say no, then I've outed everybody here. So it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, it's like right before lunch when the teacher's like, do you have any questions? And it's like, everyone keep their hands down. And then that one person raises their hand and you're like, fucker, like we all want to go to lunch. Why'd you have to ruin it? So, okay, I'm just going to, just gonna do nothing, just gonna sit here. Okay, I will see you guys in the morning and hopefully I haven't been towed. Okay, so I called the local non-emergency line and they said, oh no, the state police. And the Rhode Island and Boston accents are coming out like qual, like instead of call, it's qual in the car. So, not like I can speak, I mean I've got a fucked up accent, but and I got called Australian 3 times today. I was like, I'm not Australian, my vowels are in the right place. A-E-I-O-U, they're not all mixed up like this. That's Australian and this is English. So okay, so I called the non-emergency line. They gave me the number to the state police and it was like 444-1111 and it's like 444. So and the guy's like, yeah, like we don't care, like do your thing. I was like, okay. So I'm gonna stay here tonight. Nobody cares. No one cares because COVID just made everyone not give a shit. So thank you, Rhode Island. I knew you were always dear to my heart. So good night. I will see you in the morning and it's going to be an epic day in Rhode Island. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff and it's just a very nostalgic trip and hopefully I'll get to go visit the newspaper that I used to work at, which moved to a different location. So, but I used to ride my bicycle every day from Salve Regina University, where I stayed, for like $25 for the summer or something. And yeah, I stayed in the men's dorm, which was some like 17th century mansion or something. It was beautiful. And then I rode a bicycle because I didn't have a driver's license and I was 20 years old. And no, I was 19 years old, and I was a copy editor, headline writer, and part-time reporter, occasional reporter at the Newport Daily News, which was one of the last afternoon newspapers in the whole country. So, okay, so I'm gonna go to bed. This has been an epic day. I felt like crap yesterday coming into Boston. I was feeling sick all weekend, just bad stomach, like no COVID, nothing like that. It was just feeling real, just worn out and just down and all, you know, just sluggish. And I am feeling on top of the world now. So I had a great day today. Boston was awesome. Boston was great. I didn't get lobster roll, but I haven't had any lobster in the entire time I've been in New England. But I will try to get lobster in Rhode Island tomorrow. In Newport. I'm in Rhode Island now, in Newport tomorrow. Anyway, okay. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning from Rhode Island. I'm heading over the Newport Bridge, and I haven't been over this in 25 years. I haven't been here in 25 years. And when I was here 25 years ago, the cars used to have little holders for all your quarters. And I remember my co-worker, this lady that I worked with in the newspaper, she said that she'd always ran out of quarters. Like, she never had enough quarters between laundry and having to cross this bridge. But now it's the easy tag. Oh, this bridge is very, very bumpy. But yeah, this is kind of the iconic Newport Bridge. And then we go into Newport. So we just went through Jamestown, which is on the island in between the Newport and Rhode Island. So, which Rhode Island itself is actually attached to the rest of the country. This is beautiful. It is cold here as well. It is like 58 degrees. And this road is terrible. This bridge needs a lot of work on it. Oh my God. It's like rearrange my spine in the morning. Okay, I'm I'm at the cliff walk and there's no parking. Oh, there's parking down here. Great, okay. So I actually would start this from the dorm that I lived in. And yes, paid parking, thank you. So I used to run this every night, but I did 8 miles. And down here, I am gonna park. Pay to park, thank you. I wish I could be at the end. Okay, I should be fine, like right here. Okay. This is beautiful. Got my sunrise hike. All right, it's already getting busy. It's free parking between, overnight until 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. you have to pay. But this is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God. Welcome to Newport, and I have only just got here. Actually, this is way far. Like, I lived way over there. I lived somewhere over there when I was here. So I would start the cliff walk from over there and go 8 miles around the bottom of the island, and then cut through the little town back to the university. So we used to jump off the cliffs over there. Oh, I forgot about that. That was terrifying. I did it twice. The first time was fine. The second time I thought I was going to die. So I never did it again. But this was the beach that I would see down here. But I never actually went to this beach. So this is the first time over here. Because I think like Morristown, which I did ride my bike to the first day I got here, I needed like bedding because I didn't have anything. And so I bought a bicycle off like the Penny Saver, because this is like 1998. So off the Penny Saver. And then I ended up riding that same bicycle to like a Kmart to go get some pillows and blankets. And I'm trying to ride my bike all the way home with this like big ass bag of like crap that I needed, toiletries and all that stuff. But yeah, I survived the whole summer at Salve Regina University. So, okay, so I'm gonna start here though. So this is new in Newport. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, I love it. It's gonna be a fun day. I've got a lot of fun things to do. It's very early, it's only 7 a.m. So I'm gonna get the hike done. It'll take about 2 hours. And then I'm gonna head to some other things like the Breakers, which I went to a long time ago. Well, when I was here. And then some other little museums, and then just kind of drive around. So I don't know how busy it'll be at the end of August here. So I know school still goes back into session, but the hotels look like they're pretty full. And everybody's running. Everyone's running up here. All right. Yeah, so I lived here, so I would start at point 6 at Salve Regina University, and then I went past the Breakers, and then I went down here. I think this part is currently closed on a difficult unpaved terrain, and then I would run all the way down here, and then I would come back through here somewhere, just through these neighborhoods. I think up Bellevue, because I remember running past, and I ran the whole way, so it's like 8 miles. This is like 7 miles out and back, so this is 3.5 miles to here, and then I added another like 4.5 miles. So yeah, so I go to like through Bellevue, because I remember running past the mansions, and then up here somewhere back to my dorm. So I never went on this part, the 40 steps. Yeah, because that's where, this is where, over here is where we would jump off. So yeah, somewhere around here, the overlook, I think. But with all the, because there were all these kids, all these students from all other places, but also from the university that were living on the campus in the summer. And we all lived in the men's dorm. So that was really cool. Yeah, I never went over here. I never went to the beach here. That's absolutely beautiful. I haven't even like left the parking lot yet. But this was packed in the summer. I remember riding my bicycle around here. But I remember, I don't think I came down here because I don't like the sun. I don't like laying in the sun. I like cold beaches. But also I think because it was always too busy. And I was just on my lowly little bicycle. But it was so cool. Okay, so let's walk. Let's go do this. And I'm gonna go out to the end and then go all the way back. So a good portion of the trail is paved, so it's very accessible. And there's so many people running in the morning here. These are the accessibility stairs if you want to walk all the way down. There's some people fishing. There's a detour, and now I'm on the Salve Regina University campus. I'm gonna find my dorm. I know it's near the library because back in 1998, there were no cell phones, or there were like, nobody had cell phones. And I would have to go to the library to check my email every day. So yeah, somewhere down here. And I think the dorm is close to the walk. I know I didn't have to walk very far to get from the men's dorm, which I think was like an 18th century mansion. It was built in like 1700s. Absolutely beautiful, very old. So, but it was just such a fun summer. The university itself was only built in the, or established in 1947, but they acquired all of these mansions as part of the college. I don't know which one this is. Looks very familiar. Is this where I lived? I know it was like a very elaborate house. I know that. I don't know. The Breakers is over here. It's a little bit further up. So if I can park on the street I just walked up, the detour street, then I can just walk over to the Breakers at 10. But I think after this I'll go to the lighthouse. I'll go to the Breakers a little bit later today. I'll go to the lighthouse and then go to the Fort Collins Park. I think that's what it's called. Check that out and then come back into town and go to the Breakers. I don't know if there's parking over there. If not, I'll find, you know, street parking or something, or take a trolley. I think this is where I lived. I have to double check, because I remember I would just walk out and go straight to the path. I think this was it. I think this was the men's dorm at the time. If I find another building that looks similar, but I'm pretty sure this was where I lived. Because I lived up on the 3rd floor and I had one of these like little windows in my room. And I think I had a balcony too. So I think I was maybe over here if this was the building. I don't know. my brain is fuzzy. Okay, that is the admissions. So that's where I paid for my dorm, which was $25 a week. Okay, over this privacy hedge is the Breakers. And I toured Hearst Castle. You can go back and see that video from about probably 6-7 months ago. And that was really cool. That was fascinating. But yeah, like they kind of took a lot of the kind of this like New England Gilded Age, new money, old money. Gilded Age was new money at the time, but like the 20s, that kind of like opulence and grandeur and all that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, somewhere over there is the Breakers that I'll go to later. It opens at 10, so yeah, I think once I'm done with the hike, it'll be about 9 a.m. And then I'll just drive over, because I only have 3 hours on the parking, so I'll drive over to, I have until 11 for parking. But yeah, anyway, this is awesome. I have to use the restroom too. I should have gone before I started. I don't know why I thought there'd be a restroom here. There has to be a gold-plated one somewhere in this kind of neighborhood. But yeah, there's the Breakers. There's this elaborate Chinese house right here, and then you go through the scary tunnel. Oh no, ooh, scary tunnel. It's like walking through a sewer. At least there's no graffiti. Thank you, people of Newport, for not vandalizing everything. I'm coming up to the end of the hike. There's so far 3 or 4 rocky scrambles, which are really cool. This is great. Yeah, so I would hike. I think I would hike and I would just run on the paved parts of it and then hike on this bit. Go through the reedy grass. So now we're coming up to a mansion that Elizabeth Taylor apparently stayed in or owned, I'm not sure. And then we're at the end. So it took me just over an hour. I stopped a little bit and then I'm gonna head back. This is great. It's starting to get very hot though. All right, I'm almost at the end. So I've got a little bit further to go. This is great. There was these 2 women with their dogs not on a leash. Your dog must be on a leash on this trail. So one thing I do with my travel research is checking trails, making sure that places enforce those kind of rules, and that, you know, locals and people with their, you know, pet parents and things like that, because domestic violence survivors, people with PTSD, people with mobility issues, if the dog comes running at them, I don't care how cute your dog is or how obedient your dog is. I'm not a pet parent. I'm somebody that has a spine disability and also has PTSD from an assault. And both of those together are protected disabilities. Your dog's cuteness is not a protected right. And the fact that you have your dog off a leash and not on a leash, I would never hike or go somewhere where dogs are unleashed. I had a really bad problem in Austin when I was mountain biking on a mountain bike trail that went right into an unleashed dog park, and I got stuck and there were dogs running at me and they were trying to run at the bike, and I had to carry the bike across a river. It was horrible. It was really, really horrible. I almost got stuck because I just panicked and was like, I cannot get out of here. And of course everyone's like, oh, my dog's cute, and I'm like, I don't hate your dog. Your dog has to be, you know, in place. That was unleashed, so the fact that, so I'll never ride that mountain bike park again. But yeah, it's just like, you cannot have your dog off a leash on here. I mean, if somebody has to run out of the way, they're gonna fall off a fucking cliff. It's just like, Jesus, like, I get it if you're a local here, whatever, but please, 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 on somewhere like this especially, now that it's gonna get busier during the day, because those dogs came running right at me, and I was like, you need to hold your dog close. Even when they're on a leash, I ask them to hold the dog close, because I cannot swiftly move from left to right, you know, and bolt when, you know, PTSD is a physical reaction to trauma. It has nothing to do with my opinion of you or, you know, any of that stuff. It's not a personal attack on you. It is a physical reaction to an acute trauma that happened to me 4 years ago, that I'm still dealing with, that I'm still triggered by, and it is protected. It is a protected disability that I've been treated for, and I'm working every day to get through it. So again, be a good pet parent. Don't be a shitty pet parent. And don't get mad when somebody asks you to put your dog on a leash or hold your dog close. Nobody is attacking your dog, okay? You want to be butthurt because you're breaking the rules? And my concern is my personal and emotional safety in a place as dangerous as this. That is beautiful, and I have a right to hike. So that is my PSA. You could really ruin somebody's day, and people that are domestic violence survivors, you know, that suddenly they're having to defend themselves in a defensive mode can be triggering, even if it's against a dog that's running up against them. Okay? Not everybody likes your dog. I don't hate animals, I just don't appreciate people that don't follow the rules. So, that said, this is fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm toward the end, and then I'm going to turn around and go back. And that's it. So it took me just over an hour. I'm going to go back faster. I'm not going to film as much. But yeah, so that's it. So thank you, Cliff Walk. It'd be funny if someone's name was Cliff Walk. So we actually had a designer whose name was Matte Painter, and he was actually a matte painter, like matte photos, like M-A-T-T-E. It's funny. So there. And it's only happened like just over the way. Right here, Cliff Walk. Put your dog on a leash, dude. Alright, I'm almost done with the hike. I'm gonna go into the administrative building and see if, I don't know, I don't think this is Ogre Court. I'm pretty sure this is where I lived. I don't think this is the administrative building. Or maybe they changed it. Yeah, not a bad place to stay during the summer, this whole town. So, okay, let me go figure out where I lived. Okay, the students helped me out. They were like, did it look really haunted? I was like, yes, it was like super haunted looking. Because I remember like every time I left in the morning, it was foggy and you could hear the foghorns. And it always sounded like, you know, I was like going into like the, you know, great depths of peril, you know, riding off into the, you know, the what is it, the, what's on SpongeBob, the Flying Dutchman, something like that. So, okay, so I'm gonna go out the gates and go left and then go back. Or maybe I'll just take the road back, I don't know. That's really pretty. So yeah, these are the administrative offices. So apparently it's now, it used to be Wakehurst, because I remember it had like some fancy like British name. Wakehurst, and now it's Gary Hall, which unfortunately, if your name is Gary Hall and you live there, and so now it's just like student life. It's not the dorms anymore. But yeah, she was like, yeah, we moved some people around. My mom went here in the 90s. I was like, okay, now I'm officially fucking old. So anyway, okay, the library's over there. I recognize that. There's a library, and now I'm gonna go left down to Leroy Street, I think it is. This is a really pretty campus. It's kind of like the town is the campus, and you can just walk around, like freely walk in and out of the buildings. Not like my college now in Indiana, where you have to get security to let you in because they just want to, you know, keep the students safe. Anyway, okay, so let me go down here. Leroy, okay, I think it's over here, because I remember it was very close to Cliff Walk, and it was before the breakers. So I remember, and the breakers never used to have a fence around it. Now it has a fence, because I have a picture where I could just I used to roll down the hill. So, and right as I started my hike, I would just go and roll down the hill of the breakers. So, all right. Now this college is like 70 grand a year or something. It's like super expensive, and they have you can also get your graduate degree here, like for an extra year. So you can get like a or an MBA or something. I think it's MBA. Yeah, if you stay one more year for the, you know, bargain basement price of $70,000. So the hell is it? She said it was over here. Maybe it's over here. She said through some gates. But yeah, she's like, oh yeah, it's like super scary looking. So maybe this is it, because I remember I just didn't have to walk far to get to it. Maybe this is it. I think this is it. I have to ask. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, this is like, it's like Kenyon College, or like, you know, they're super expensive, and it's liberal arts, but they just, you know, they don't have a journalism degree, it's just English. And so they're like, oh, we just major in English. Okay, is that it over there? It had a cascading driveway. I think that might be. I don't remember the lattice windows. So let me ask. These are the maintenance people. That one looks super new. I don't know, just randomly walking through this beautiful campus that I would never be able to afford. I think it's over there. That might be it. I don't know. All right, so I just asked the maintenance ladies. They were like, tell us about what it was like in the 90s. All right, oh, that's the library, okay. Right, so that was the library. That's where I would check the email. That's the same. And then, that's right, because it was right next door. Because I wasn't on the meal plan, I didn't go to classes or anything. And then this is now Gary Hall, but it used to be Wakehurst. So they knew that, but they didn't know that it used to be a dorm. And they were like, yeah, everyone says it's haunted. I'm like, there was one bathroom we would not use. Like, I don't care if the men use the women's shower at this point. Nobody needs to go in that bathroom except the creaky pipes. And so, but yeah, I was somewhere up here. I had to carry my bicycle up 3 flights of stairs every time when I came home, so I didn't want to park it outside. There's the garden. All right, I feel good now. Yay! Oh, Garrity Hall, not Gary Hall. Okay. So apparently that's student life. So there we go. All right. That's so cool. Yeah, maybe it did have lattice windows. I have to go back and find all the photos, the hard copy photos I took on my film camera. But there it is, the scary looking haunted building. I see Prudence. My usual sore thumb. No, she's a beaut. Easy to spot though, which is good. Hopefully nobody parked too close to me. I do need to get the bike on the back, so I'm going to do that next. And yeah, I think I'll just put this video in a separate one. And then the next video will be just a day in Newport. I may skip the breakers. When I was walking back to the trail and I went past where everyone parks for the breakers, it was getting busy. There was like Chinese tour bus. I'm like, okay, I am going to do all the other things that I want to do in Newport. And I've already been to the breakers and I don't think much has changed, you know, in 25 years. So, okay, so yeah, the beach is getting busy. It is a Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, it's Wednesday. And people are surfing. That's funny. It's like a surfing class. As my paddleboard is still welded to the top of my van. Okay. I think there's some people checking out. They're trying to look through the windows.